there's some stuff that's been happening lately in New York. And I could make some jokes about these Jewish tunnels. Listen.
You could make some jokes about how it resembles a rodent coming up from the sewers to get a slice of cheese.
I'm not that guy to say those kind of things.
We're not that guys.
I could come out here and say, listen, the Jewish people have built tunnels, and then there's these huge tunnel rackets, and when you get to the end of it, there's a big tomb, and that's where Jerome Powell keeps his gold bars. That's not the kind of thing that I say over here.
No.
I'm not mentioning the blood rituals that might happen. That's for you and your family.
The soiled mattresses.
That's not the kind of thing that I would do. I could say... I could, if anything, I could give some people some inside info. But then on the way to this podcast, I realized that Danny, coming from Brooklyn, goes through his unique sewer system.
Awfully dusty.
Awfully dusty, coming out of the sewers.
He accidentally left his miner's lamp on.
With a bit of cheese on his face.
Had the light. Oh, what? So I got to take it off from my overnight shift.
Oh, you know what? Let's change these, by the way. Yeah. Let's go. We just had to change our light setup. Oh, Danny just turned it right off there. You just pressed the button there, pal.
What's the button?
Listen.
Which button?
Well, just speaking of lights, you just press it.
Which one?
One of them. Press it. Push. There you go, pal. Welcome to my dark lair. Those are things I could say. Danny just had a dusty cheese face. We're not that kind of podcast.
Not that kind of podcast.
I like Danny's video where he said they had the foreskin lair. If you're a conspiracy guy right now,
oh, buddy,
your brain's got to be exploding.
Oh, it's so hard, man.
Imagine,
and, I'm a big, I like my conspiracies. I do a show about it, Low Value Mail. This, man, watching people go, because here's the thing, no explanation will be satisfactory. Even if they go, they were harvesting adrenochrome down there, they were killing Gentile babies, there will be so many people go, yeah, but what else were they really getting up to down there?
Okay, that's the story we're getting.
Yeah, right? They go, yeah, that's just what we're getting spoon-fed by the fucking mainstream media.
Is there anyone that was right about this and is just like their lids being blown that they were vindicated? Like,
that one guy, you didn't see the dude who's like this
fox? No. You're saying there was a guy that was saying, I'm pretty sure I hear Yiddish under the
he goes, I hear Yiddish and digging a month ago. He goes, am I crazy?
I mean, that is straight up. There a little bit. If I was like that, if I started trying to go to sleep and I just heard, I would a little bit be like, yo, am I losing it? I'm losing it.
Dude, imagine
I'm on too dark of a web right now.
For sure. And this guy's on Twitter being like, the Epstein files are coming out tomorrow. There's going to be a big bombshell. And then he goes, what the? Am I hearing Yiddish?
How does Yiddish sound?
It's like German and Hebrew. It's like,
yeah, but it sounds like. Can you imagine? You're on the internet being like this Epstein thing, the Jewish conspiracy, and then you're, what are you doing?
You're like.
Yo, I'd be fucking. That would put you in the padded walls, my friend.
Literally, the guy deleted the tweets too because he goes. People were like, "Where are the tweets?" And he goes, "I deleted them because like I was getting people were like talking shit about me." So then, but he had a screenshot of them.
Holy shit!
So literally 1 month ago,
buddy. That is a real horror movie, though. If you get just brought down to the tunnels.
Those fucking like Orthodox dudes, they're very Children of the Corn vibes. If you ever meet them, they're oddballs.
Well, Rolling Stone said Twitter explodes with anti-Semitic misinformation after the secret tunnels were found under the NYC synagogue.
Well, we're still getting to the bottom of this, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Rolling Stones.
Okay, so Danny, if you were to, what are the? I kind of don't get it. I know you know this more than me, and you talk to some other people. What the fuck is happening?
So yeah.
You just tell from scratch.
We'll see, and this might age poorly because this comes out in 2 days. Who knows? But this is the story that Joe, this guy Joe the lawyer, who's an Orthodox Jew. I messaged him yesterday. I go, what's going on here? He listens to the pod. He's the guy who had the black Israelites threw the pennies at him.
Yes.
Or whatever, and then he probably collected them. But he basically said that there were these like young kids at the Chabad thing, which is like one of the Orthodox Jewish, like their like sects or whatever, in their main headquarters in Brooklyn. They wanted to like expand the synagogue, like literally have more space. So then they just started digging in the basements, which is like insane. But I seen another thing saying someone was like, there was like this one like rabbi who died.
Hamas isn't the only people that can make tunnels.
No, sir, Jews can do it too. But then apparently I saw another thing where there's like some rabbi who like they some of them like idolize, who's dead. He's like this like rock star rabbi dude who like died because they like, no, like, dude, if you go to these other houses, they have photos of this rabbi.
He's the man?
He's like the man, yeah.
Was this guy smashing all the Jewish chicks?
I probably not actually. It's not,
pulling on their fake hair.
Usually doesn't get their fucking wigs, yeah. But anyways, apparently he wanted to expand the synagogue too. So I think some people are like they're following in like his like directives.
This is an ode to him
to be like, we're trying to make the thing bigger or whatever. So anyways, they were digging and then they got caught by like the people who like run it, because these are like between 16 and like mid 20s, like teens, whatever. And then they were like, you have to stop this. They're like, and then they brought in engineer, because they're like, you're gonna literally ruin our building. Like, you can't just dig, you know, these aren't basements, like you're gonna collapse the building and you're like maybe kill somebody, I don't know. Anyways, so they brought in these structural engineers to like assess the damage, told them to stop. Then they kept doing it, at which point then they called the police. Like, the people are like, the reason the police were there was because they called the police.
Well, the Jewish community has been saying, it's these extremists that did this.
Well, they're all extremists. Like, the Chabad is like, to normal Jews, you're like, they're all extremists, okay, right? but anyways, they were like, yeah, it was like these kids who are essentially like, they wouldn't listen to us, they kept digging, so then they called the police on them. But then what he says, Joe, is like, a lot of them are in America illegally. They're not Americans. Which is, you see that one clip of the New York City cop, and he goes, we don't do this in America. He goes, where are you from? And I think the one guy said Israel, but he's like,
you think it might be Israel?
Well, no. Actually, I thought they were all Israeli, but actually he says they're actually not.
Where is he saying they're from?
He says they're from all over. He goes, they're from like, some will be from like South America, Eastern Europe, like they're from all over.
And they come in, and are they living there?
Yeah, he goes, some of them are squatting in the tunnels. That's why, like, and again, people are like, yeah, they're like, that mattress is not from a squatter. That mattress is from like a fucking blood ritual or whatever. But like, because there's like the dirty mattress with either a blood or a feces stain. I'm personally going to lean towards feces. Knowing them, I'm going to go, that's a shit stain. But people will be like, yeah, you're just covering for them.
You are, though.
I mean, whatever. Dude, if this turns
before the podcast starts, Danny said, he goes, do you mind if I take the lead on this one real quick?
I made Ryan send me all the questions in advance, 24 hours in advance, just so I could vet them.
Now, Danny, some people are saying...
That wasn't on our list of agreed upon questions, Ryan? But anyways, he said they were like living
Danny's
there.
reading off his hand right now.
He said that they were living there.
Do you have an earpiece in?
Yeah. From right to left. Yeah, I'm going right to left. But anyways, and he says like they're all gonna get deported, and they were just like, they're all just here because the thing is, they all come here. They probably come here on like a tourist visa, and then they just never leave and
stay in the tunnels.
And yeah, they were like staying in the tunnels,
and then they're putting cement in the tunnels.
Well, the actual like guys who run the synagogue,
why don't they just do the same thing that the other immigrants are doing, where they're like, hey, I'm taking refuge, and I want.
Well, because you have to do. There's a format for that. You can't fly in as a tourist visa. That's what it is.
Okay.
And these Jews, these soft-handed Jews,
a lot of people, by the way,
they're not walking.
A lot of people, by the way, when we were talking about the immigration thing, said a big part of it was Trump made a law that if you come, you have to seek refuge in the first country you go to. So you can't go through another country to get to America.
Yeah, I know.
And then,
and he made Mexico, I think, do something.
Well, because so many people were just like lollygagging through 9 countries, because a lot of the people have to. America is only taught to 2 countries. Right?
Yeah.
So,
and there were people, I think, flying into Canada and doing the same.
But they got rid of it apparently, and that was a big. So you had a good explanation of why the thing's gotten out of hand, but they were adding that to it, saying one of the other big things is they changed that law that says you can now go through a country to get to the next country, whereas before you couldn't do that.
You had to go right. Okay.
Which actually the law kind of makes sense. It was like if you're saying like I'm seeking refuge, it's not like, oh, let me pick which,
Yeah.
I'll cruise around and see which country
Yeah, I'll
I
walk
will
through 9
seek
countries.
refuge in because
Sure.
my life's in danger. If your life's in danger, it's like you go to the country you go to, I guess, right?
Yeah, and like Mexico's not some. I mean, it's obviously. I don't think it's considered. It's not a third world country. I think it would be second world, whatever.
Sure.
Developing. So.
But you told me that there was. I saw the video too, but then this guy from Canada essentially was a reporter that got arrested for interviewing.
But anyway, the last thing with the tunnels,
street interviews is becoming dangerous. But yes, tell me, sorry.
The last thing with the tunnels is so then the people who like run the synagogue are like, we're filling it with cement. Like that wasn't like the city.
They're
like, look, they're like, you're gonna literally collapse the building with your fucking stupid tunnels. So they're like, we're just gonna fill it up with cement. But then everybody's like, oh, they're filling it up with cement. Why are they doing that?
What's getting
What
filled?
are they trying to hide? And who knows? Maybe it's some stuff's gonna come out and that they're gonna do a DNA test on that mattress and it'll come back human blood or something. I don't know.
Goat carcass.
Yeah, like they'll be like, yeah, this is like some missing kid that they've been looking for
the
6 months.
adrenochrome lab. Some missing kid.
Yeah. So we'll see.